We're here at Los Gringos in West Tampa.
West Tampa, baby.
So when you're Cuban and you're from Tampa, it's West Tampa.
No. When you're Cuban, you're from Tampa, you're anywhere in Tampa, but West Tampa has a special history.
Okay.
West Tampa is where a lot of the Cubans that came from Ybor City migrated to. You know, this was kind of like coming out of the suburbs. This was when you made it. You came to West Tampa.
Okay, I get it. It's like, okay. And so these are people that are descendants of people who worked in the factories.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's still a couple factories in West Tampa. Not operational, but the buildings are still here. You'll see them. Some of them have been turned into office buildings or whatever the case is. But it's cool because since they're historic, they all say old, you know, blah, blah, blah cigar factory.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
What is this place? Why is this significant?
This place means a lot. Even though now it has the name Los Gringos, this used to be called La Ideal, ideal. So this place is cool because as a kid, we used to all come here. Our parents would bring us here before school, after school, whatever the case is. And it was closed for a long time. So the fact that it was closed, it opened back up. Even though it's under new ownership, the original owner actually works here again. So this space is kind of broken.
What does he do here?
He's a waiter. He's a waiter now.
Okay. All right, let's go check it out. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, 2 café con leche. All right, the only item at Gringos that's hotter than me. Wow. It's gonna be great. But Georgie told me to behave. Georgie told me to behave.
No, be yourself.
So I gotta behave.
Yeah, don't behave.
Got to behave. No, I'm into cigars though, so I do a lot of YouTube cigar stuff. Yeah, so maybe it saw something.
Do a lot of OnlyFans shit.
Yeah. So croquetas, I hear a lot of Cuban people arguing about who has the best croqueta. This is like your slice of pizza kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much, I'd say. Man, you know what? I gotta give it to Miami on that. Tampa really is behind on that croqueta.
Really?
Yeah.
The one time we went and we had whatever restaurant we were at, I had the best croquetas ever.
What about this? Is this good? Where is this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Best in Tampa.
Okay.
Best in Tampa.
So it's like potato inside, right?
It's actually ham, and it has like breading in it. It's deep fried.
I don't know how much better it's gonna get. That was fantastic.
Bro, and there's different ways of eating it. You eat it between 2 pieces of Cuban bread like a croqueta sandwich. It's cheese, mayonnaise, however you want.
Wow.
It's good, bro.
Wow, that was really good. And that hot sauce, too.
That hot sauce is phenomenal.
No joke.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, go.
All right, I'm doing the Pat's Power Bowl with half the amount of home fries and no black beans. Just say no black beans.
And when you eat it here, it becomes a disco power.
Ven acá, viejo.
Okay, gentlemen, our sauces need to be revived. They've just been there in the counter. So Mr. Mario here at Los Gringos gets it back to flavor.
Oh, no.
Flavor of activation. Now it just came to its own
Thank you, Mario.
original taste.
Thank you.
Kind of array of pictures. This is all the famous baseball players and basketball players that have made it out of Tampa and either made it to AAA, Major League Baseball, basketball.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So local Hall of Fame.
Pretty much, yeah. No
Yeah. There's a big sense of community here.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
That's cool.
Everybody's families one way or another intertwined.
Not a lot of people or places have this anymore.
No, this is still very old school. This is where Obviously, everybody knows everybody's business.
I see that. Yeah.
Come here since he was 3 years old.
Wow.
There you go.
We lived right there on 2 blocks over on MacDill, and Mario's family owned the store
Before that, yeah.
before the time. So
Wow.
we come here before his baseball games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've known Mario my whole life. That's why it's like
Unbelievable.
that cool open that was
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. That's what it is. Beautiful. We're gonna go next door and have a cigar. And what a place, huh? This is cool. Very cool. I mean, to be able to go to breakfast and then just sit next door and smoke a cigar. So you grew up coming here since you're 2 or 3 years old?
No, so I'm born and raised here, and I live 2 blocks. You come down this street, I'm 3 houses on the left. I grew up in this neighborhood for over 30 years.
How many days a week do you come here, have lunch, breakfast, and a cigar?
Not in my busy season fishing. I mean, I try to come almost every day. If not, I try to make at least 3 times a week. Fridays always being like the big busy day, but you know, you come and do the same thing. If you want to eat that day, you eat, come out. You can catch the same guys on the same patio smoking cigars, talking the same shit that they talk every morning.
So tell me about Flats Mafia. It's a dope shirt.
Appreciate it. It was a t-shirt brand that turned into a media company. There was radio. Now we have a TV show locally on a network, and we do a lot of big charity work around town.
That's cool. And what do? You're a captain?
I'm a full-time fishing captain. So I take people out on private charters for, you know, up to 4 or 5 people on my boat.
Nice.
And, you know, we just go around here locally in the bay.
Oh, that's cool, man. I got to try that sometime. Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing this with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Tampa is not considered Cuban, not considered Spanish, not Italian. It's all Latin. Because back in the day, all these factory workers, they were side by side rolling cigars. And so, you know, my dad spoke Spanish and Italian before he spoke English.
Wow.
You know, see, my dad, you know, was born in like 23. You know, and so that's what the culture of this city is. It's Latin.
And so you
don't say Tampa Spanish. Don't say it's Cuban. It's Latin.
Got it.
Latin.
That makes sense.
Latin is a three. You know, it's like the three legs of the tripod. You know, that's what it's all about.
Got it. And so your grandparents were cigar rollers.
My grandmother and my grandfather, Maggio. Yeah, they both. They rolled till they're in their 60s.
Wow.
I mean,
were they able to make a living doing it?
Well, back then you could make a living. I mean, they didn't make a whole lot of money, but they did fine, you know. Cause
they got by.
They got by, you know. They got by, and then they got through the Depression. And my dad was in the Second World War, but like I said, that's how it was. I mean, you know, it's funny when you go to Italians celebrate Noche Buena like Cubans, because they grew up with Cubans.
Got it.
And then the Cubans making lasagna on Christmas Day because they were with the Italians.
Wow. So one of the things that I love about Tampa, and what I loved about living here, is it's one of the few places where you can have a meal and a cigar in the same place. And as we're sitting here, we're all smoking cigars, and this woman walks by and said, "It smells good," which nowhere else would a woman walk by a bunch of guys smoking cigars and say it smells good. But
it's part of the culture. I mean, it's embedded in the culture. You know, you could be sitting out here and there could be women around or other people around, and nobody's gonna say, "Hey, your cigar smells." If anything, they always bring up a story about her, reminds them of someone. Like Lou said it. Both of his grandparents were cigar rollers. Obviously, he's a cigar smoker himself, but it just takes you back to something in your family line, you know.